Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Pre-Accident Investigation Safety Moment. I'm Todd Conklin, and today we're going to talk about something that I think about a lot, and that is the changing way that we perceive workers in the workplace. We think about workers differently, or at least under this new view, the stuff we've been talking about. We're really forcing ourselves to have a different perception of what workers are. The historical view of workers was pretty simple. We saw workers as sort of uninformed, not very smart. I don't mean that meanly, but kind of automatic, single issue, sort of shallow knowledge when you think about the overall organization. Kind of outsiders, not terribly responsible, people who should be obedient. They should do as we train them to do. God, that sounds terrible when you talk about the old view, but quite honestly, it's pretty accurate. We saw workers as process users. The new view changes that. The new view requires us looking at workers really as quite the opposite. They're not outsiders, they're insiders. They're incredibly responsible. In fact, painfully responsible. They're very, very smart, much smarter than planners or managers in how work is done on the floor in order to get work done. And they're not really quiet little mice that act like robots. They're actually idea generators that are creating solutions in real time all the time. They're important informants. They're our eyes and ears on how our processes work. They're incredibly creative, incredibly adaptive. They're not problem makers. They're problem finders. They're problem identifiers, and they're problem fixers, and they do that all the time. And they're not process users. They're process owners. They own the process. They own everything about the process. They own the process way more than the company could ever even pretend to own the process. It's funny, when you think of workers that way, our perception of workers is completely opposite of what it probably was, for sure 100 years ago, probably 50 years ago, and for some of us, maybe a week ago. What's changed is how we view the worker. If we see workers as a problem to be fixed, that sets our viewpoint around workers in kind of the old view. We got to go out and make them. If they were more obedient, if they paid more, if workers were more careful. When we see workers as a solution to be harnessed, then workers become this amazingly informed insider that helps us understand how to actually identify and fix problems in real time. When you engage workers in problem identification, that's brilliant. When you engage those same workers in solution identification, now you're doing something. Now you're changing the world. And that engagement is contingent primarily upon our ability to understand and change the way we perceive workers in our workplace. The historic view is just that. It's historic. It's no longer very valuable, and it hasn't gotten us the improvement we need. The new view allows us to go right to the source, the people who know the work, and gain improvement based upon what the brilliant workers believe will make work better. That's today's Operational Excellence Moment. I hope you enjoyed it. This one's a big one. Think about the way we must change the way we view work. Until then, as always, learn something new every day. For goodness sakes, have fun and go out into the world and be safe.